to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Neff.
I'm Edward Lewis.
Wow, Edward Lewis in the house.
Back. I'm so happy. Like, I never get to do this anymore, and now I get to do it, and we got a lot of sports stuff.
I know. Lots of good sports stories today. Charlie Cotton is out. Edward is in. We're going to be going over Taylor Swift appearing on the New Heights podcast with her boyfriend, Travis Kelce. It was a 2-hour-long interview. So many great moments happened during this interview. We're going to tell you all about how they got really handsy on the podcast and how Taylor admitted she knew nothing about football
like literally nothing.
When she was dating Travis in the beginning.
Not a single thing.
We're also going to go over Kim Kardashian and Khloe called Amy Bradley's mom to brainstorm about the search for her. This is the woman that went missing on a cruise ship back in the 90s. There's a new documentary on Netflix about it, which Kim is a fan of, and we'll tell you what happened there. And lastly, Lance Bass says NSYNC accepts Backstreet Boys' golf challenge. Edward, this was your guys' exclusive, so I can't wait to hear you talk about it.
A lot going on.
Sorry, we are not live. It's been a very busy morning. I've been combing through the Taylor Swift and Travis podcast interview, and starting with that, man, so many good moments. Did you watch this? What'd you think?
The entirety of it I watched. I went to the gym and had it in my AirPods, watched it, came back in here, wrote a story, and then watched it the rest at home while I was cooking dinner. And enthralling. I mean that. Like, and I'm the target audience for what Jason and Travis are usually talking about.
Just the New Heights.
You know, bros talking football and beers.
Advice,
yeah. And I loved it. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was a 2-hour-long interview. We never see Taylor sit down for a podcast interview. So this was absolutely mind-blowing. And, you know, a couple days before, there's little teasers that came out. She announced her new album, Life of a Showgirl, which, you know, hot news for a bit. But now we're kind of seeing their relationship for 2 hours.
The first time ever.
Yeah, we've never seen them really sit down, talk about personal things in their lives, and we saw a lot of that. And they did get handsy. Obviously, they've been dating for 2 years, but the love is definitely still there.
This was the only thing that I had questioned about the podcast. Look,
what was your question?
I guess questioned. As a guy who is still single in his 30s and has dated a lot in my life, I have found in every single relationship I have been in, not even by like year two, perhaps even month two, you are not handsy anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so this was the only thing I questioned was this a little performative? I mean, you too. I mean, you're married.
Hey,
how
don't
often
rope
are
me
you
into
sitting
this
with your husband and be like, hold my hand and touching his face? This is not their honeymoon stage anymore, and that's the only thing.
But for them, it kind of is. Like, their whole romance has been a fairy tale. They've been jet-setting all over the world together for her tour. You know, she was with him for the Super Bowl, both Super Bowls. Like, their whole life is something that we can't even comprehend. I'd be happy too.
You could say that, but also like the tour's been over for a while now. He's been in off season for a while now. They've clearly spent a ton of their off season living together. She made multiple references.
Yeah,
in the
it seems like they are living together.
Of like, when I say new news, I hear him in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, they clearly live together. That's the only part I questioned was this a little performative? Like, holding hands.
Edward.
I mean,
it wasn't that over the top.
When you're 2 years in a relationship, you guys are more best friends. And
I felt like they were best friends.
That felt more like high school crushes in the cafeteria being like, you're cute. You know what I mean? Like, and at 2 years in,
Edward, you had no game in school.
That's very true. 2 years in, you are, again, it's more like, shut up, and you're like, it's more of a punch to the, you know what I mean? It's like, you guys are more silly, you know what I mean? It's like, like you have inside jokes, bits, not like, come here, let me caress your face. I don't know. That was the only thing I found performative about this whole thing. Otherwise,
I mean, it was so subtle. Like, at one point she had...
Subtle? She grabbed his face and was like, oh, look
You're so cute. I mean, he is cute. Oh. He is cute.
Okay, but 2 years later, it's not cute anymore. You're 6'5" and a grown-ass man. Like,
that makes me feel like they're, like, in it for the long haul. Because if they're still this much in love, he's going to be proposing.
Who? In any relation, we covered him every day here.
You have not met the right one
outside of people that are generally in like that first 6 months honeymoon phase, we never see people all over each other that are in relationships. In fact, it's the exact opposite. You have Affleck and J-Lo. Look, I do believe they're in love. I do, but I thought this was a little performative. That was the only thing I questioned. So.
I thought it was interesting that there was one part where she was talking about how she finally got to buy back her masters.
Yeah.
You know, the first 6 albums where there was all that Scooter Braun drama where Big Machine bought her masters, and then she finally ended up buying it. And she said that when she got the news that they accepted, she went over to Travis, which, by the way, was playing video games.
That was my biggest takeaway from the story.
Yeah. Playing video games. He took off his headset because he realized something was wrong. Had to tell the boys,
man.
like, hey, guys, hold
on. 35 years old playing on his computer while his girlfriend is buying billions of dollars of music. I was like, Travis, that is a worst look you could possibly have.
He's a simple guy.
I gave up video games a long time ago, man. To be that age and still playing video games, that's a red flag.
I can't speak. My husband still plays video games from time to time. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I have to kill this deer so I have food that I can now cook. I'm like, what?
It is the biggest waste of time. I think that would be the largest red flag.
And okay, this is a side note, but my husband will play Zelda.
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, you can zip yourself over here. Like,
he's
running or riding a horse. Right. And I'm like sitting there and he's just riding this horse through a valley. I'm like, I can't do this.
And you stay up all night long and you realize, like, what did I just do? And like, I could have done something more productive with my life. Yeah, it's that to me is such a red flag. And in your 20s, it's fine. Man, you're 35 about to be married. Like,
but whatever makes him happy.
Anyways, it was sweet though.
She came over. Yeah. He left his buddies that were playing video games, and she like just crumbled into his arms, and just for them to be together like during these big moments, I thought was really, really sweet.
Yeah.
Another part that was kind of interesting is she admitted that she didn't know anything about football. Honestly, I can relate. I was a cheerleader. I couldn't tell you how football works.
See, let me ask you: do you know anything about football? Like
nothing.
Do you know what a first down is?
No idea.
Do you know what an offense and defense is?
Kinda.
Like are we playing this clip?
Yeah, we have it. So here's a little. Yeah, there it is.
Jason, on our first date, I legitimately asked him what it was like when the Chiefs played the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and he looked across the field, across the line of scrimmage, and saw his brother standing on the other, like 5 feet in front of him on the field. Yeah, and he was like. He didn't even look at me. Like, I now know what an insane question that was. He was like, actually, I'm on the offense, and my brother's on the offense, and I'm only on the field at the same time as the defense. I thought everyone was out there at the same time. I didn't know what a first down was. I didn't know what the chains were. I didn't know what a tight end was.
I am forever thankful for you diving into the football world. Wholeheartedly.
Oh my God, I fell in love with it. I became obsessed with it.
This is one thing I've always wondered too. Like I've thought, was it a bit that women did that they didn't understand? Like,
no, I could not tell you how
to
it
be
works.
this oblivious about.
Oh, I think every woman can relate.
I know that's
or a majority of women. Sorry, there's some
fascinated by this. Like, because I go and like it's you date random women or whatever, and they tell you this a lot, and I thought it was like kind of the way that like. Men kind of joke like I've never seen Vanderpump Rules, and they go and they watch it all day long. You know what I mean? Like,
because what we like is actually cool and fun.
Yeah, but I like to not know that offense and defense. And there's one point in this.
He does defend her though.
Oh no, and I'm not saying it's a negative thing. I just couldn't believe that like people are really
we're that clueless,
that in the dark about.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So do you know Jared Goff, Detroit Lions quarterback?
Yeah, okay.
And you know Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills quarterback.
He's hot,
they're both. Married to famous people. She thought that football was literally those two, their quarterbacks.
Like a battle.
Get on the field and just like.
Honestly, I feel.
Tussle it out. I as a guy who's played football and watched football every day of my life since I was like 4 years old, it blows my mind that people exist like that. And it's.
Yeah, but
apparently
then if I turned it on you and said, how does cheer work? How do you win a cheer competition?
I absolutely would know.
You know?
Yeah.
How do you win a cheer competition?
Whoever's flying highest, whoever has the most synchronized moves. Like,
okay,
I know I have some general knowledge. Like, I'm not saying that you're going to go out there and fight and fist fight.
Can you tumble and do stunts at the same time?
Yes and no.
What gets more points?
I would imagine the stunts more so than tumbling.
I mean, look, it's
general
a good guess.
knowledge.
But he did defend her, and he said, like, look, you know, when you're in like elementary, like everyone's on the field playing. So, and I think that's kind of what I think back is everyone's out there doing their thing. And like again, I was a cheerleader, varsity cheer too. I didn't know. All I knew is when the ball was at the little goalpost, I would go over there and I'd do my stunt, and like that was it. And you know, we would, as cheerleaders, we would have to make are assigned football player like goodies and treats.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I remember
cool.
that.
I will soar
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah. To Travis's credit, though, he said he loved the fresh start.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'm sure like there's so many groupies that come with being a sexy football player.
And he used to be like the playboy, and like, you know, and for her to not know anything about him or his game or his contract. I mean, he's one of the highest paid tight ends ever. Like, I'm sure it was very refreshing. And while it is kind of like frustrating, I'm sure, to be like, this is how you play football, it's obviously refreshing. She went on to say that she loves the game now. She actually broke the news of one of their draft picks last year to him.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
So,
she said
the whole pod was great, though. I really enjoyed it. It was really cool to see Taylor in this environment. I never see her. We never see her.
Yeah.
She's always guarded. Everything's always like, you know, scripted with her. And to see this, she's a normal person, normal girl, and somebody that, you know, you could see at a bar and just have a chat with.
I feel like if you are a Taylor Swift hater, there's no way you could watch this and like still hate
absolutely
her.
Nothing wrong with it. Again, like I said, I was the target audience for this podcast. I'm the guy that she hates, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, get this off my screen. You know, there's nothing wrong with her. She's amazing. She's awesome. Like I the stuff she said about her new album, I loved. I love pop music. I love the old pop stuff she used to do, and she's going back to that. And
I can't wait for the album. Album's coming out October 3rd, by the way.
Yeah.
Mean Girls Day.
Yeah.
But also Diddy's sentencing day.
Right.
Oof. It's gonna be
big day.
It's gonna be a hell of a day. Moving on to Kim and Khloe. I actually did the story yesterday. So I'm being told that Kim and Khloe had a call with Amy Bradley's mom last Thursday to brainstorm about the challenges of the case and where they're at in the investigation. So did you watch this at all, Edward, on Netflix? So it's like a really big Netflix show recently, kind of just rehashing the story about this woman, Amy Bradley. She was on a cruise ship with her family back in the 90s, and she just disappeared on the cruise ship. Her family was desperate to find her. At the time, they were like, you know, in the islands over where like Barbados is. They believe that she is still alive.
Okay.
Her body's never been found. Obviously, a lot of people think like, oh, she drowned, she jumped,
right?
and you know, whatever. But then the family thinks that there's still a really good possibility that she's alive. Kim Kardashian being one of those people, because Kim posted a photo of herself watching the documentary saying, oh my gosh, we need to find this girl, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I spoke to Brad Bradley, the brother of Amy Bradley, who told me that he saw Kim's post and he wanted to talk to her.
I mean, obviously.
Getting the word out about the case, it really could honestly be a big break in the case.
Before we get too far into it, how old was she and how old would she be?
I think she was in her 20s, maybe when she went missing.
Be roughly in her 50s now?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, so I was told that Kim and Khloe gave the mom a call. Last Thursday, it was about an hour-long call. They were particularly interested in something that was raised in the documentary, which basically showed an IP address was consistently looking at the page on like the Amy Bradley website, consistently looking at the page showing like nostalgic things of Amy, like her car. They put up a photo of her old car. IP address from Barbados, kept going to the personal pages, seeing updates of what the family looks like. So they believe it's possibly Amy that's checking these updates.
But if it was, why wouldn't she just hit them back? Or you're saying she'd never wanted to be a part of the family and just kind of escaped and
that could be one
from afar?
That could be one theory, but you know, one of the theories is that the reason why she hasn't called or reached out is because she might have children. She might have been in some kind of sex trafficking situation. She could be threatened by people that have been holding her captive.
But now they give her access to the internet where she could see her website. I don't know. That's a weird theory, but
so Kim and Khloe were particularly interested in that, kept asking about that, and at the end of the call, they just said like, "Hey, we're going to brainstorm about how we can help and contribute." Yeah. And they said, "We'll let you know." Thought it was really interesting. Kardashians have entered the chat.
These Netflix documentaries seem to keep doing that, right? Like they pull up old strange
cases,
stories that
which actually I'm not upset about. I
mean,
if you can like encourage people to help solve an unsolved mystery, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I hate watching unsolved mysteries where you don't know and then the music comes on and you're like looking around, you're like, am I gonna get like killed right now?
It's good TV. It is.
Do you have that fear at all, Edward?
No,
Do you look
not
under your
really.
bed if something's creaking in the room in the dark?
I'm kind of resigned to it now. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're just like
36.
Kill me.
It's like, you know, I lived. You know?
Wow.
So like, not that I want to, but I'm
do
saying.
You feel like you've lived your life?
I feel like there's not an anxiety about it. You know.
Wow. Okay. And
Dude,
what was the
it
highlight?
didn't even be that
Lollapalooza?
morbid. I mean, just living, you know?
Wow.
Lollapalooza was great.
So that's so SoCal. Just living, bro. Just living.
What a hater, dude. Watch movies and be scared after.
Moving on to our last story.
Lance Bass, we are going to make, TMZ Sports is going to make NSYNC versus Backstreet Boys on a golf course happen.
I don't hate it.
And we are like this close to making it happen. So here's the deal. Last week, we talked to the Backstreet Boys about Luka Doncic going to their concert. Luka Doncic,
yes.
Laker superstar. And they were on a golf course while we were talking to him, Pebble Beach, historic golf course. And we were like, hey.
Were you there?
Is that Pebble Beach?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Our guy Steve did the interview over Zoom. And we were like, hey, like, would you like challenge NSYNC to a golf match? I mean, you guys are golfers, they're golfers, or they golf somewhat. And they were like, hell yeah, like bring them on. You know, they really issued the challenge. They were
Are
all
any of
for
them
it.
good?
Brian Luttrell says he's a 6 handicap.
On Backstreet Boys. Okay.
Obviously, not knowing what a first down is, a 6 handicap is
Couldn't tell,
very
yeah.
good. The lower the number, the
Again,
better.
they swing the ball. I see it go in the hole. I know
The
something
closer you
good
are to
happened.
0, the better. And then Nick,
Okay.
for example, said he's 19, which is obviously 13 worse than 6, so it's
Yeah.
not great. That's my understanding of how both boy bands work. Justin is a single digit, Brian is a single digit, and the rest are kind of garbage. So anyways,
I would definitely watch that.
we went to the match creator, the guy, I'm sure you're familiar with this, the ones that, remember when Tiger and Phil were on Thanksgiving Day? And,
Yes.
Peyton Manning played Tom Brady on
Yes.
Thanksgiving Day. The match, he's one of the creators, Brian Zerf. He told us he wants to put it on. So naturally, we got Lance Bass out in LA on Wednesday, and we had to ask, will you take on the Backstreet Boys in a golf match? And here's what he said.
The Backstreet Boys are asking if you guys want to go for a round of golf. Would you ever go for it?
Of course I would.
Oh
I'm incredible at golf.
Oh my God, so you guys think you'll win. Okay.
Bring it.
You guys have like the same vibe.
My doppelganger, dude.
What is happening? I mean, I never looked at you and said like, "Wow, Lance Bass," but like in this video, you kind of do
We
look
have the
like
stubble.
the
We got
version.
I'm the Timu version.
Yeah, you
He's
think
the
he is?
Timu version.
He was a
I'm
boy
15
band
years
star.
younger than him.
Edward.
Anyways,
oh, hot take.
Lance is kind of being sarcastic throughout this whole clip. He says that he has an incredible swing, and he says Joey Fatone is their best golfer. He's obviously kidding. Like,
Kidding,
from people we've talked to, they said they're both pretty bad. But anyways, it'd be a hell of a thing. I'd watch it. I know, like I said, if 8 of the 10 can't really golf and it's a lot of like shank shots, it's probably not the world's greatest TV. But again, I think people want to watch people struggle, especially if they're NSYNC.
Oh, I would
Backstreet
love
Boys
to
and-
see these two bands,
I'm
but
sure-
it has to be in full. It can't just be like,
Right, I
oh,
wouldn't want the
Lance,
3 of them.
Joey,
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
it's got to be all of them, which
Yeah.
of course includes Justin Timberlake. I don't know
Right,
if
but
you
he's a
knew
big
that.
golfer. He loves charity golf events.
So it might be
this
like
would
up
be
his
the
alley.
one thing that I think he would reunite with NSYNC for and do it on TV. Yeah.
Well, we will circle back with you, Edward, and see
We're gonna make it happen.
if you guys make it happen.
We're gonna make it happen. It's gonna
I'm hoping, sending good vibes your way.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Edward. Thank you for filling in.
Anytime. You
A
call me
pleasure. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow.